What's going on YouTube? My name is ginj-tcg or Chris, and today I'm back with the very last video of the Sword Shield block rotation. Rotation F will be happening tomorrow by the time this video goes live, so I needed to end this rotation on the way my channel started with Arceus VSTAR. Now I know probably not many of you are going to be playing this deck. There's probably not much time left to play it, but if you wanted to, it's going to be a ton of fun for the last day. I honestly think this is one of the best ways to play Arceus right now, and I had to throw a throwback to two cards. I had to throw a little throwback to Arceus VSTAR, which I said is my favorite card rotating. I made a big post about it on Twitter. I've got a little shadow box up with Arceus up. This has been my long time favorite card. Honestly, my channel wouldn't be here without this guy, so I figured if this is my last chance to show it off on the channel, I don't care if it's actually viable, I'm making it work because I like this is for me. This deck is for closure for myself. So all of you who are here, thank you, I appreciate you. If you haven't seen Arceus, how 280 HP colorless attacker with the Trinity Nova attack. You do 200 damage, usually 180 because of double turbo energy, and then you attach 3 basic energy cards from your deck to any Pokemon V in play that you have. Then you shuffle your deck. Starbirth is just 4 Seal Stone, but for 2. It's the original way to do it. Just get 2 cards that get you out of a bad scenario or allow you to kind of get ahead, get what you need, and then boom, problem solved. To get rolling real quick. I am pairing this with what I think is the last viable VMAX. Now, VMAXs are leaving alongside V-Stars, and I know none of y'all have seen a VMAX Pokemon deck in a long time, so I figured what better way to play it than with the 330 HP 3 prize menace Heatran VMAX with Magma gain once during your turn. If you have a stadium in play, you may heal 50 damage from this Pokemon, which is a whole lot of damage and can fix a whole lot of math against Dragapult and Gardevoir if your opponent uses Monkey Dory early. So I figured, you know what, this is actually a 3 prize attacker that could really shift the tide with this Magma gain ability right now. Now, of course, Raging Bolt is going to give this deck some troubles, but hey, you know what, that's why we got Radiant Charizard, so if we combat that. Since we're playing a Fire-type deck, I figured why not throw one of the best Fire-type Radiants that probably the game has ever seen. One of the best Fire attackers, or even best single prize attackers this game has ever seen. Radiant Charizard. Y'all know how it works. It's nothing new. None of these cards are new. I'm playing it with my... Gosh, everything about this deck is just... What got my channel to where it is just pure consistency. Playing around, having some fun combos, but the core of the deck, Arceus and Bibarel, is here for the consistency. With Bibarel Skwovet, this deck is allowed to function very, very easily. You draw up to 5, put your hand down to 1 with the Skwovet, and then boom, drop to 5 again with your other Bibarel. I mean, it just gets the job done. I know you should probably play the 70 HP Bibarel, at least one copy of it to deal with Dragapult, but I mean, I told y'all, this deck is for my heart, is for my soul. This is the last chance I'm gonna get to play with Arceus in the standard format, and I needed to do it right. I needed to do right by myself on this one, so I created what I think to be an insane Arceus deck before we leave rotation. Now, to get into the rest of the deck, we're playing a high count of hand disruption. We're playing 4 Judge, 3 Iono to make sure that our opponent's hand is whatever we allow it to be. We're playing 2 Boss's Orders and 2 Cheren's Care, which is another card I'm going to miss very dearly in rotation, where you put one of your normal Pokemon with any damage counters on it, so essentially anything that Dragapult has done damage to, straight into your hand, which allows you to full heal and get ahead on attack. So if Dragapult attacks you first and does 200 damage to your active, you Cheren's Care, pick it up, promote another Arceus V-Star, which they then have to swing into twice since it only has 6 damage counters onto it, and 6 plus 200 is 260, not 280. If you understand that math, word, good job. If you don't, I apologize. I'm sure we'll match in a Dragapult or something in this video and y'all will see it done. But Cheren's Care is a very clutch card. For the energy count, playing 4 double turbo energy, 9 basic fire energy to make sure we got plenty of fire energy to attack with, and then 2 copies of Mist Energy, again, just to deal with Dragapult, since it is really the most dominant deck that I'm seeing on the ladder right now. It's probably the most dominant deck at the end of this format we got here. For our stadiums, I'm playing 3 stadiums. I think if you really wanted a 4th in the last 24 hours this deck will be up, you could cut 1 Switch, but I really do like the 2 copies of Switch since we have some very high retreat costs in this deck. We got 4 retreat on Heatran VMAX, even 2 on Bibarel or 2 on Arceus could get tricky if you don't have an extra double turbo energy to throw away like that. So I really like 2 copies of Switch, but I do have 1 copy of Magma Basin, and again, to help out with the Gardevoir matchup a little bit more, I do have Jamming Tower to make sure we can take KOs on Driftblooms and Screamtails when they get too much damage onto them with the Bravery Charm attached. I really like the double Jamming Tower, both of which allow you to heal your Heatran, and the Magma Basin, of course, lets you set up Radiant Charizard or even Heatran VMAX up more passively on your bench. So I do like the addition of one Magma Basin. Now, the rest of the deck is just standard consistency. I mean, our ace spec is Scoop Up Cyclone. Again, I kind of like the Cheren's Care healing combo we got. I figured what better way to ignore our opponent than to also do that to Heatran VMAX and just pick up a whole Heatran and throw it back into our hand. Actually, I don't think I said Heatran's attack. We got Max Heat Burst for 180. We also burn our opponent's active Pokemon, swinging for essentially 200, and if they stay burned, 220 on the way back to us, which is great numbers and something I love to see in Heatran VMAX. Definitely a very underrated attacker. Now we have 4 copies of Nest Ball, 4 copies of Ultra Ball to make sure we are finding the Pokemon we need when we need them. We got 1 copy of Night Stretcher, 1 copy of Super Rod, 1 Pal Pad to make sure we're bringing back any supporters we need, such as Boss's Orders, Cheren's Care, or even a late game Iono. Now, with that being said, that's pretty much it for the list. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It is the last video for this rotation. That's why I wanted to spend this time playing with my boy Arceus V-STAR. But before I hop into it, I just want to remind everyone 2 things. 1, on April 5th, just a couple weeks away, we will have the Creators Cook-Off, a tournament hosted by my boy Chef Husky, where I will be commentating alongside him, where we are watching a whole bunch of other content creators from the Pokemon scene show down in an epic match, playing a whole bunch of different decks that we're choosing based off different wheel spins. I definitely can't wait to go do it with them. It's going to be a huge live stream event. I hope you guys can check it out. Again, April 5th, Creators Cook-Off. I'll see y'all there. Now, the other announcement is one that's a bit less important than the Creators Cook-Off. That's the one that's important. That's the one y'all got to tune into. But if you guys haven't seen, I got the TCG Player affiliate link in the description down below. So if you're going to TCG Player for any decks, singles, or deck accessories, make sure you hop on over to TCG Player via my link in the description down below. And thank you so much everyone who does that and then orders stuff within 48 hours. It supports the channel in a huge way. So yeah, shout out TCG Player. Shout out y'all. Just thank all y'all for being here and tuning in to this video, which really is very important for closure for me. So with that being said, let's hop into it and see how well we can do with Arceus V-STAR. Welcome to match number 1. We are going first, and sadly we do not lead with the energy to attach a Pokemon to our hand, but that's fine. I believe in this deck. For now, I'm going to smack down a Bibarel. We got our Heatrans, we got some Arceus, we got 2 Arceus V-STAR. We do have 1 in hand, so that's fine. We do have 3. We only have 2 Arceus in the deck. We prized 2 of them and a Bidoof. That hurts a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. We got pretty much everything else we need. I mean, Cheren's Care is in the deck, some Switch. We have all the energy in our deck. We just didn't lead any, so that's fine. If we're behind a turn, we're behind a turn. You know, it's unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Luckily for us, Flareon EX, which is what we seem to be up against, most likely swings for 260 damage with 2 attacks if they use their top attack. If they do use their bottom attack and they take a KO that way, I mean, you know, we'll figure it out. Whatever we got to do, we'll go in with Heatran VMAX. I mean, they're 2-shotting that Pokemon, and I got this little Scoop Up Cyclone to help us make up any lost ground that we've got to deal with. For now, my opponent is going to go Terra Orb. I'm most likely we're seeing Flareon. If they have any energy in their hand and Sparkling Crystal, they can pull off the Burning Charge this turn. Now, if they don't have Sparkling Crystal, that will allow us to try to get a bit more ahead and go in with Arceus V-STAR. Maybe we just get a double turbo energy to attach, you know, and hope that they really don't pull off Carnelian next turn. I want to see what they used Fan Rotom for. I'm hoping, yeah, they got a Knocked Owl in hand. I'm sure they have another way to get knocked out. I think we go Judge, just make sure they don't have the perfect hand, if you will. So we're going to play Arceus V-STAR. I don't hate attaching the Mist Energy here. I really don't. It allows us to conserve double turbo energies. Just in case, I could Starbirth it the following turn, which helps out a lot. I think for now, I'm just going to play Judge. Shuffle my opponent's hand since I know they have 1 knocked out. I'll hopefully kind of put them in a bit more of a bricked hand. And you know what? Honestly, I'll play Radiant Charizard. I won't play Magma Basin. I think here I'm just going to Industrious Incisors for 2. Judge and Bosses are 2 good cards to have. I'm going to pass for turn here. Now, I could Starbirth. I don't really have anything great to Starbirth for. I'd rather Starbirth next turn, take out like double turbo energy and maybe a Nest Ball for either another Arceus V or Heatran V. I really don't mind Heatran. I kind of want to see what other evolutions my opponent's playing. If they're playing something like Vaporeon, that could get difficult since it's just a water attacker. And I'd rather not deal with that if I don't have to. I'll just play Arceus the whole game. But, you know, if I see they're playing Jolteon or something and they don't really have that water type attacker, boom, you know, I think we can get more value out of Heatran that way. So I like to wait and see with Starbirth. My opponent has 2 cards left in hand. They got 3 Hoots in play and Victini. Okay, so they do have 2 2 energy in hand now, but I don't think they'll be able to get anything else, which means they won't be attacking this turn. Yeah, they've got another. All right, yeah, we're golden. That's why you love the Judge and Pray. That's how Arceus rolls, man. So for now, honestly, I'm gonna play Magma Basin. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm gonna play Jamming Tower this turn. If nothing else, I'm Star Birthing Jamming Tower, double turbo energy. We're getting rid of the stadium, shrinking their bench. What is this? Scoop Up Cyclone. I love when the game glitches like this. It's actually my favorite thing. So I really can't get rid of any cards in this hand, though. I really want to keep Magma Basin, although it could help him. I could Ultra Ball away like an Energy and Magma Basin. In a matchup like this, I don't think we need to rely on the healing as much. I'm going to go for it. We're going to bin Basin and an Energy. As long as I got my Jamming Towers, we're good. And, you know, honestly, I don't even hate taking Skwovet here. We get Skwovet, then Bibarel. I do like having Scoop Up Cyclone in the hand, though, so I think I'm going to wait. I think I'm actually, you know what? It's a Heatran video. Let's have some fun. Give me my boy Heatran. Let me just search the deck. Make sure I got Jamming Tower in it. Yeah, we got Jamming Tower, got double turbo energy. We're golden. We're good. We're all right. I will use Bibarel's ability to draw 4. Just in case I get one of those cards. I get 2 Nest Balls, so perfect. You know, I'll take out Skwovet. I'll take out another Arceus. We're in an awesome spot here. This is what I love about Arceus decks, man. They flow so well. So well. So we'll go Starbirth here. We're going to take out Jamming Tower, which is really going to knock my opponent's bench back down to size. We'll also take a double turbo energy. And I know I did judge my opponent into a new hand. I gave him 4 cards, but like whatever. I wanted to play the game. I wanted to get as good a setup as possible, and I love this setup. They'll definitely get rid of Victini. If I had to take a guess, they might get rid of like maybe EVEX, because that's an easy KO with Heatran VMAX if they see that line. Honestly, I think I'm going to put all my energy onto Heatran and just try to pull off a Heatran VMAX play next turn. I can attach a double turbo energy to Arceus. That's a little easier to manual set up than Heatran. And they're going to get rid of Fez too. Leave the EV at odds. Perfect. And then get rid of Fan Rotom Victini. Yeah, it makes sense. That makes sense. Alright, here we just go Starbirth for 180. I'm just going to smack 3 energy down onto Heatran. This is going to be my big boy attacker to hopefully buy me through match number 1. Now, I know this isn't Dragapult like I expected, but I mean, hey, you know, whatever is Arceus is presented with right now, I'm on a vengeance to take down him. This is, if you don't know, like, my channel wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Arceus. I made day 2 at 1 regional in my life. I've been to 4 of them. I made day 2 at Pittsburgh with Arceus, Flying Pikachu VMAX, Tapu Koko VMAX. So I always like playing with VMAX attackers with Arceus. I always thought it was kind of a fun way to play, force 8 prize cards, stuff like that. But just in general, like the combos, the different decks that have came out of Arceus, I love playing the goofy arc decks. And that's kind of what inspired me to build more and more decks and get into deck building as much more of what ended up becoming my passion, my strong suit in this game. So without this card, like my channel being like a rogue deck player wouldn't exist. So, you know, this video, as much as I love putting out content that y'all want to see, you know, when you guys request decks, I really do try to at least give them a go. And, you know, if they don't play well, maybe I don't post a video on it. But I try to give them their best shot. And if they play even remotely well, I try to get content out on that because that's what you guys want to see. This video is one of the few that are for me. Like, I needed this. This is my last chance to play Arceus in any capacity in the standard format. I won't be going to a local today when I'm recording it on Tuesday, or tomorrow, Wednesday, when this video goes live. I'll be in class until 10 p.m. actually when you guys are watching this. So this is my last go at Arceus, and that's why I really needed to get it done. Now, my opponent did play... Ooh. Okay, they used Noctowl to get Area 0 Under Depths and Terra Orb. Okay, I didn't expect that. I was going to say, I thought they would have searched for Crispin, get 2 energy attached. Maybe they're trying to dig for another Noctowl or Sparkling Crystal. And, yo, this hand is insane. We lost Scoop Up Cyclone, or whatever it is, which hurts. But I did get Cheren's Care. So if my opponent does actually pull off a Carnelian and attack my active, I'm just going to pick it up and tell my opponent to do it again. Like, that was cool. I'd love to see you do it one more time. If they don't pull that off, well... I mean, you know, if they just go Burning Charge, honestly, I'll force them to Carnelian. I'll just take the KO. No, I'll just take the KO. They'll put up 2 energy, and I don't think I mind that too much. Nah. Yeah, where are you getting 2 energy attached? What are you doing? Am I scared Do I go Cheren's Care? I might, honestly, and just go in with Heatran. That'd probably be the smartest play. But I do want to set up some more energy on Arceus. But I could switch. I mean, first things first, let's evolve this guy. I don't think there's a better attacker, though, for us. Like, I'm not scared of Carnelli. 280 does not scare my 330 Menace in the active spot. So, you know what? That's Cheren's Care. Let's just pull it off. Let's throw up Arceus. We'll smack down another Arceus V. We'll get a double turbo energy not attached to Skwovet, attached to Arceus V-Star. And honestly, I don't even mind holding the hand. Like, our hand is kind of elite. I have the energy for next turn. I got the Arceus V-Star for this guy. I don't know if there's more I really need to search out. I think here we just swing 180. We have the switch in case my opponent bosses up Bibarel or something like that. Like, I don't know what they do that I'd be worried about. So I'm just gonna take my KO. We'll take our 2 prize cards. We'll jump ahead. If my opponent takes a attack next turn, I think we're gonna get a lot of value out of going Skwovet Bibarel, maybe an Iono, trying to dig back that Scoop Up Cyclone that we know is on the bottom of the deck. So I might play like Ultra Ball to thin out. Or to thin out a card, but also reshuffle my deck so Scoop Up Cyclone has a better chance of being in the active spot. My opponent is going to get down Jolteon EX. Again, not the Pokemon I'm totally scared of. You got the Water Energy and the Fire Energy and the Electric Energy. I forgot what it said on their active. So they can swing 280 this turn, which would be scary against an Arceus V-Star, which I know they're taking down. There's no way you don't chase down Arceus here. Yeah, okay. That's fine. And that actually works out better for us, I think. We'll get more value out of Heatran this way. Right, and then next turn, if they do this, they can't attack. So they need to get a whole lot more energy down to pull off an attack with, like, Jolteon. They need to bench another Eevee if they want another Flareon attack. It'll be difficult for them. And we're not taking a KO. We've got time to two-shot them. It's Arceus. Arceus is a bulky deck. Playing it as such is awesome. This is why I like Scoop Up Cyclone in this deck here. Ooh, that could be a little difficult. But they already manual attach that energy, so they need to play like a Crispin or something to get energy down onto Jolteon. We'll be alright. We'll be alright. Whatever we gotta do, we'll make it work. I'm still gonna go for a big Skwovet Bibarel. I'm still gonna try to search out Scoop Up Cyclone if I can. My opponent does get down another Eevee. They could evolve into another Evolution. Could be a little problematic, but you know, like it's cool. I was honestly thinking about if I didn't play Scoop Up Cyclone in this deck, honestly I'd play Max Belt for situations like this. Boss KO on Fez does go kind of crazy with Heatran or Arceus. I just like Scoop Up Cyclone because it's more fun for me to play. Ooh, Glass Trumpet is problematic. Now that is the energy acceleration my opponent did kind of need. Alright. But they choose 2 of their bench normal Pokemon, so it's not Jolteon. It's this Eevee, which is fine. So if I could pull out an Iono or Judge here and turn this 8-card hand back down to 4, that would be awesome. And I play a lot of hand disruption. We've only played 2 Judge have hit the discard pile. For now, let's promote Heatran. I don't think I need to bench this Arceus. We've got the rest of the attackers we really need. So I'm going to play Arceus V-Star here. I'm going to smack down Jamming Tower just to shut down this rescue board, which will also kind of ruin their retreat, ruin Jolteon's attacking capabilities a little bit more. And they would do what? I think max they swing 240, so I didn't even swing for KO on Arceus V-Star, which is kind of huge. How much do you need to attack? You need 3. But if they take a KO on either Heatran VMAX or Arceus V-Star, we would be attacking for free. Or 1 Fire Energy, which is free as far as I'm concerned. So that's good. Let's Ultra Ball away Nest Ball and Arceus V. I don't need that guy anymore. I will take down a Arceus V-Star just to Skwovet Bibarel it away. I want to look for double turbo energy too, so I don't really want to play any of these energy. I think we just go Skwovet and then Bibarel. Try to draw as many cards as possible. We got the deck shuffled. I get a Night Stretcher. I could play that and just take a basic Fire Energy. Is that worth it? Just to thin a card out of our deck? Honestly, it might be. Let's do it. Let's Night Stretcher. Or just to thin a card out of our hand so that Bibarel draws 5. I don't mind drawing a Fire Energy. If we got to attach this and then get a double turbo energy to save in hand, so be it. I want to draw the full 5. And we get the double turbo energy and Iono. I'll play Iono. As much as I love having DTE for next turn, I need to disrupt my opponent's 10-card hand. There's far too many. You could have 4. And this is awesome. We got Scoop Up Cyclone, Super Rod, which you don't really need. I got Skwovet Bibarel for next turn. I'm fairly confident we can make something work if my opponent does cause some issues. I mean, if they go Boss's Orders, I could even use Scoop Up Cyclone to heal. Or pick up my active and switch out, if you will. I mean, we could just Skwovet Bibarel, draw into something playable. We'll figure it out. Whatever we gotta do. Now, my opponent can't attack this turn. They do have the switch. Ah, man. Okay. They can switch into Jolteon. Free retreat back into Flare. Ooh. That's interesting. I would have switched it into Jolteon. It has a free retreat. They would save the energy on Knocked Out, which means when they use Flashing Spear, they would be able to discard the energy off Knocked Out. So I don't know if that was totally the play that was worth it, but I respect it. They might be just trying to pass this turn and put us on an odd prize card. If they do, that's fine. I'll Skwovet Bibarel again and look for Boss's Orders and a double Turbo Energy onto Arceus VSTAR. I don't want to attach these Fire Energies if I don't have to. I'd rather attach double Turbo Energies. They're going to get another Fire Energy attached to their EV on the bench. And they're going to Iono both of us, giving both of us a new hand. I respect it. I respect it. Now, they can't play Crispin this turn. This is their supporter for turn. We get Boss, Cheren's Care, Iono, double Turbo Energy. Yeah, good night. Good night. What do you do against this? What do you do against a hand like this? This is why I love Arceus decks. They're just so consistent. You just get the job done. It's great. All right. Let's smack down a double Turbo Energy. Let's use Boss's Orders on Flareon over here. Just take this guy out. It's a lot of energy that just needs to hit the discard pile. I don't even want to Skwovet this hand away. Do I Pal Pad? I could Pal Pad back Boss and Cheren's Care. Oh, Cheren's Care. I like Boss. I might do Boss Iono, honestly, at this point. I think one more Cheren's Care is really all we would need. I'm going to Pal Pad back Boss and Iono, because if my opponent does take a KO, they'll be either at 1 or 2 prize cards remaining, and I kind of like that for hand disruption, as well as Gust to make sure we're cleaning up the game where I need to. If we happen to need Cheren's Care, I'm not going to need more than 1. We still do have Scoop Up Cyclone available to us, so I'm just going to Industrious and Sizers for 3. Get a decent hand, nothing crazy. I'll hold it just because we have Iono, Cheren's Care, and those are 2 amazing cards to have at this point in the game. For now, I'll just swing for KO and put my opponent in a really awkward spot. They could set up this Eevee this turn. I mean, they're going to need... They do have access to Pheasantipity, actually. They could draw 3 cards with Flip the Script. They'll probably get an attack off, which is fine. I mean, they could attack me. I'll Iono myself to 2. See if those 2 are awesome. I'll even bench this Bidoof. Try to get down another Bibarel for the late game. So we could go Bibarel and then Skwovet and then Bibarel. Past that, I just need a Fire Energy for Radiant Charizard, and that's how we're going to close the game with Heatran, Radiant Charizard, Arceus VSTAR, exactly like we planned. Really show off what this deck can do. Ooh. Wow. I did not see that coming. Okay. They did not just put that on Knocked Out. To Knocked Out. They did. What? Didn't you attach a Fire Energy to Jolteon? So it... Oh, but you evolved into Flareon. Alright, you still need Sparkling Crystal. But if you flip the script, you're going to have 2 cards left in your deck. You just deck yourself out. I mean, I'm not going to let you. I'm going to play Iono. I'm going to cause problems. Because you probably have 1 more Iono. You probably play 3 Iono. Mela's awesome. Honestly... Should I have a Mela in this deck? No, because we're not banking on getting KO'd. We're banking on our bulk to heal. That's why. I was like, why didn't I play Mela? When you play Mela, you need to bank on getting KO'd at some point. At a crucial point when you then need energy to attach and drop to 6. This deck, I'd rather tank the hit and then full heal with Cheren's Care, Scoop Up Cyclone, something like that. My opponent's going to Burning Charge, put us in KO range. Going into next turn, and we get Boss's Orders. Oh my gosh. I could boss up Fez. But I could also look for a Scoop Up Cyclone. That would be pretty sweet. Going with Arceus. I kind of want to. The more I think about it. I'm going to go Iono. Put us down to 2. Also, I don't really need many of the cards in my hand. Cheren's Care, that's pretty cool. Scoop Up Cyclone would be great. I'll take a Switch too. Basic Fire Energy. That's nice, actually. Because I can attach that to this guy. And then I can Bibarel for 4. And that's not bad. I got Ultra Ball for next turn, so I could get out another Bibarel. Do I want to switch into Arceus? Kinda. because then my opponent will have 2 prize cards left if they KO this guy. I'll attack with Radiant Charizard, clean up the game, or go to Heatran. But now if they KO my active, I go Radiant Charizard, then they have 1 prize card left. And then I go Heatran VMAX, and they take 8 prize cards worth. So we're gonna do this. Oh, and yeah, might as well heal 50 while I'm at it. Kind of, oh my god, that's nuts. Alright, I like this hand. We're just gonna swing 180. I don't need extra energy attached, although I'll take 1/3 on Heatran in case I need a retreat, just to thin the deck. I'm gonna leave 2 just in case. You never know what's gonna happen, but if I need to get this guy out of the active via retreating, I'd rather have that set up for us. If my opponent does boss up Radiant Charizard and try to stall us, I'll dig for a switch. We're gonna have 2 Bibarels and Skwovet in play next turn, as well as a Judge. We'll find what we need. Now, my opponent cannot keep Flareon in the active. If they keep Flareon in the active, they will lose the game. Now they have Jolteon. They can swing for 240, which means I need to find boss's orders. We do have both of them in the deck because of Pal Pad. And this is exactly why I keep Pal Pad. They'll KO Arceus. Alright. It's not bad. And Sparkling Crystal. Interesting. Okay. So, for us, again, we'll keep going on the plan we had lined out for us. We know it'll work. Let's throw up Radiant Charizard. It only needs 1 fire energy, which we already have attached to it. I can heal my my Heatran VMAX, excuse me, not Radiant Heatran, even more. So now we have 300 HP remaining. We are just out of range of both these guys for the KO, which is huge. That's actually very relevant. I'm gonna Ultra Ball away, fire energy, and Judge. Just because I like the Iono play a little bit more, just in case. I'm going to take out another Bibarel. I lied, I prized it. Okay. Well then, I will take out Arceus V. Would have been important to prize check that, wouldn't it have been? I'm going to smack the Mist Energy on my... I mean, they'll probably KO my active, which is fine. Yeah, I'll smack the Mist Energy here. And I'll Skwovet Bibarel. I don't want to play out. I know it'd be huge, but I really just want to look for boss's orders and just take game. Good night. Good night. The best deck in the format. This deck is nuts. This deck is insane. This is... God, that was good. This was a good match. This is Arc. This is what I needed, yo. This is what I needed in my soul. Oh my gosh. That's 1-0 for the day. Huge vibes. Great vibes going into match number 2. Let's see if we can guarantee the positive record from my boy Arceus VSTAR and the man of the match, Heatran VMAX. Welcome to match number 2. We open up with a phenomenal Arceus hand, and by that I mean I have attached Pass and Arceus VSTAR in my second hand, and we're up against Future Box. Oh nah, this is gonna be one of the matches ever. So with this, I am going to choose to get down. Honestly, Heatran V is gonna be massive going into this game, but I'm gonna choose to get down Bidoof, just because I think having a draw engine in this matchup could save us a little bit more. Although a backup attacker is gonna be crucial too. Give me Heatran. I'll play this game without a draw engine if I must. I will not play this game without Heatran VMAX. That's actually going to be a wildly crucial card in this match. Radiant Charizard is also going to be super clutch, because if they're playing like heavy batons or something like that, or future booster energy capsules, that means they're not playing any HP buff cards. Radiant Charizard will KO everything, so that's great for us. Now if my opponent doesn't have an energy, oh my god, that would be phenomenal. They'll flip tails in the counter catcher. Even if they flipped heads, it's cool. We got Switch in our hand. That's why we played 2 of them. It just kind of works. Squawkabilly's the easiest boss KO 2 prize card. Fix our trade I've ever seen. So I do love to see that guy down. I know my opponent didn't want to play it, but it's what they got to do. And they will get the energy needed for peak acceleration to swing for 80 damage onto our active. It's not bad. It's not bad. They get Fez. So they're actually only playing this game with 1 Iron Crown. If they do get Heatran up in the active, which they will, we can switch it out, and we will eventually heal off the damage because we've got a bunch of stadiums that I'll make work. And my opponent's going to play Research Team. Gosh. They do lose Night Stretcher, though. It's pretty big. They're playing Gen. Alright, so we know they got like 15 energy in their deck. Or, what, 10, 12 energy in their deck, because they got some Psychic to make sure they could use Iron Crown. it's not bad. They'll definitely set up an Iron Crown, but they're not gonna earn Iron Hands, but they're not gonna be doing an insane amount of damage since their bench doesn't have too many Iron Crowns onto it, which is important. It's very good in a matchup like this. So they'll get an energy attached to the active. Okay, I can't say I saw that one coming. I respect it. I will choose to get down another Arceus. I will evolve here, switch into Arceus V-Star. I'll bench Radiant Charizard. I'll bite. Why not? I'm going to Starbirth here. I'm going to Starbirth for Judge and double Turbo Energy. And this is my favorite thing to do with Arceus V-Star. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it does not. That's fine. There's not much you can do against that. But what's important is I can attack this turn. And my opponent has a smaller hand. And those are two things that I can control: his hand size and attacking. This, honestly, ugh. This is a phenomenal hand. All right. Yeah, we'll swing 180. I'm gonna put 3 energy on Arceus V-Star because I have a guaranteed attack with Arceus V-Star next turn in case they somehow KO my active. I do have an Arceus, or excuse me, I have an KO with this Arceus V in hand. I don't have Heatran VMAX in hand. I have another Arceus, so if I need to take a little bit longer to get Heatran in play, that's fine. And I get Bibarel out of the prizes. Yo, that's perfect. Perfect. God, this deck is great. I don't know what it is. The style in which Arc decks flow make my soul so happy. You know, it's like Arc falls out of the format because it might be too slow. It's not because the deck doesn't deck, though. Like, this deck works. It goes to town. Now, my opponent is going to get the heavy baton that I was talking about, which means that they will not have the HP buff. So Radiant Charizard is going to put in some work going into the rest of this game. Since we can take 2 prize cards, I'm assuming they don't play Bravery Charm or anything like that. Maybe they play 1, but we got Tool Jammer to work around it. My opponent is going to Arm Press, do 200 damage. That does cause some problems, I'm not going to lie. Now, I could switch into the other Arceus and try to look for a Cheren's Care or something like that. And honestly, I think I might. Just to pick up this active, kind of stop them from going ampy very much. I don't want to play Magma Basin. I know they play a Stadium or 2 to disrupt. I don't want to play Double Turbo Energy either. It's kind of a waste to go on Heatran V. So I'm just going to Industrious Incisors for 3. And honestly, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll Ultra Ball away Boss and Double Turbo Energy to get Heatran VMAX. And then I'll play it and play the Stadium just to heal Heatran. Because if I could stop this guy from getting Ampy very much KO'd at any point, that would be great. So I'm going to keep healing. And then I'm going to play the Iono. I know it's not putting my opponent much lower, but 9 cards compared to 6 cards is less. And that is what I care about the most. Also, another Arceus. I really don't mind another Arceus here. Honestly, hear me out. I'm not going to play Skwovet just because it's such an easy boss amp KO. I want to play around the healing. They're rarely taking a one-shot. They're looking to go Arm Press and Ampy very much for 3 prizes on Arceus. So I'm going to set up these guys as well as I can. For now, I'm just going to Trinity Nova. And I'm going to get 3 out of the 6 fire energy left in my deck onto Heatran VMAX, since that's going to be my clutch attacker in this match. And I'll see what my opponent's got in store for us. Now, they are not drawing with Pheasantipity. They're not using Flip the Script. They've already used 2 Research. So if they have a draw supporter, they'll be able to play more. If they don't, their hand will be kind of stuck. And I'll just do some thinning. I'll go in with Bibarel again. I don't mind putting another Double Turbo Energy on Arceus V. Swinging for 180, swinging for 160 doesn't really change much in this match. My opponent's going to play Town Storm, bump my Stadium. It's a little annoying. I can't full heal my Heatran, but I could look for Tool Jammer. I really want to, just so I could stop Heavy Baton from working. If I could do that, it'd be perfect. And they're going to go Boss's Orders on the Arceus V-Star. Go Ampy very much for KO. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. Do I go Heatran VMAX here? I don't think I do, honestly. I don't think I do. I think I see more of a benefit going in with Arceus. Because then if they KO this, we could Cheren's Care or Scoop Up Cyclone. And I think that's going to benefit us a lot more in making some progress back against this deck. Now, I do draw Pal Pad. I do want to draw a whole bunch of cards. Maybe I do get Skwovet. just to draw the most. I don't want to play Judge or anything like that. I really don't want to go boss. I could... Ah, no, I can't boss up this guy. It's got a free retreat. That's mighty annoying. Okay. I don't want to Pal Pad. I want to wait till I get Cheren's Cheren the discard pile. But I guess Judge doesn't hurt. I'm going to attach this double turbo energy here. And then I'm going to use Skwovet, then Bibarel. I'm going to keep Pal Pad. I'm not going to play it yet. Ultra Ball, not really what I'm looking for. Looking for something a little different. It's not bad. Cheren's CRZ is a turn too late. I'll judge my opponent's hand back down to size. I will also... I'll Ultra Ball. I can handle getting rid of Nest Ball and a basic Fire Energy. Doesn't really matter what it takes, so I'm just going to shuffle my hand. But this is my last go to look for Jamming Tower. And if I could get that and stop my opponent's energy from going onto this Iron Hands, I mean, good night. That's alright. We don't pull off that play, but I have Cheren's Care for the following play and Arceus V-Star. That's sweet. Oh, I could have taken that with the Ultra Ball. Whew, we got lucky. Alright, we'll Trinity Nova for KO. I got Cheren's Care, which would be perfect. That's really the best card I could get right now. I don't actually want this energy anywhere. I'm going to choose to fail this. I'm just going to wait to get a basic Fire Energy to attach a Radiant Charizard, and I'll rock off that. We don't really need energy on this Arceus or Heatran VMAX. I think from here we just bank on our full heals, our Cheren's Cares, our Scoop Up Cyclones. Now my opponent could go Boss's Orders. That would definitely cause some problems on Bibarel or Skwovet. If that's the case, I'll go Iono, put them down to one card in their hand, and I'll figure it out from there. Now they played 2 Pokemon catchers. Based on their build, I'm assuming they play Prime Catcher as the A-Spec. So we got to be cognizant of that. We got to be wary of that. They still do have access to flip the script. They have 3 cards in hand. They will flip up to 6 to get back another Iron Hands. Alright. That's cool. That's cool. Luckily for us right now, when we deal with this Iron Hands, they're not going to have any extra energy in play. Iron Bundle causes a little bit of problems. Not the end of the world. If they go Iron Bundle, I go other Arceus V-Star. It doesn't matter. I still Cheren's Care both. So if you don't have a Gusting card to go amp onto Bibarel or Skwovet, there's not much you could do. Honestly, you could do it on Radiant Charizard too. You do have a couple Iron Crowns and Future Booster Energy Capsule. You are swinging with Ampy very much for plenty of damage, and that's fine. You could Hyper Blower. I'll give you another Arceus. This is my guy going into the next turn. Could they... Ampy very much. 120, 140 with the tool. They could get up to they get 60 more damage. They could get up to 200 damage as of right now with Amp, which is good. That means when I play Cheren's Care, I can bench Arceus V back down, and I won't have to worry about them amping it for game. And that's exactly what I need to be wary of. And they're just going to arm press. That's fine. That's fine. We're prepped for this. We're prepped for this. And this is where we pull ahead on the attacks. We get another Bibarel, not really going to save us here. I'm just going to Cheren's Care. Just pick it up. I'm going to throw up Arceus again. We do have another Cheren's Care in the deck, right? Yeah, we do. Alright, I'll throw up another Arceus. Smack down a Arceus V. Get a double turbo energy attached here. If I got rid of Ultra Balls, I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Yeah, that could be worth it. Just do some thinning. Get rid of some cards that aren't going to help me too much, which are these. I will choose to... Actually, you know what? No, I will take a card so I can put it on the bottom of my deck. And then I'm going to Skwovet Bibarel. I'm confident we could get this Arceus set up with Skwovet Bibarel in play. And whatever we draw into. Yeah, Night Stretcher, that's perfect. That's awesome, because I could take Arceus V-Star right back, and then I'll Industrious Synthesizer. So I'm not going to do it yet. It's just for next turn, just in case we get Cheren's Care. Look at that! We're golden. We are golden. And I have 2 Fire Energy in hand, which means none are in my deck, so I will fail that one, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Now, my opponent is kind of in the same spot they were in last turn, because we did heal. There's not really much they could do without a Boss's Orders. They didn't have much in their hand last turn, so unless they top deck a Gusting card, they're kind of stuck. They can't use Flip the Script. We didn't take a KO, so I'm not too worried about that going down right now. When we KO their Iron Hands, their other one is not set up, so we're in a great spot to kind of just follow through the rest of this game. They're going to Arm Press again. I'm going to Cheren's Care again, and I'm just going to tell them that's awesome. Do it one more time. And I can play Jamming Tower. That's huge, so I can full heal my Heatran. For now, I'm going to Night Stretcher back Arceus V-STAR. Just make sure I'm getting my value out of this guy. I'm going to attach the Fire Energy to Radiant Charizard just because it's easier for me to find double Turbo Energy or this Fire Energy again. And I could go in with... Yeah. No, we're fine. Because then, what do? I go in with Heatran this turn. Yeah, okay. I'm like, wait, I had a plan. Didn't totally math it out, but we're fine. We're going to bump their Stadium, make their tools useless. I'm going to Magma Gain, heal my Heatran, and I'm going to Cheren's Care one more time, promote Heatran, and I don't want to bench Arceus yet until I have another energy onto this Arceus V-STAR. Here, all I want to do is Nest Dash and then Bibarel. I want to draw into a bigger hand, see if I can find boss's orders, maybe just guarantee game on Squawk. I like having the Rod just in case. I could bring some energy back in, or one energy back into that. Pal Pad, always a nice card to see. I could bring back my Cheren's Care and a boss. We have boss in hand. In case my opponent does go Iono this turn, I am going to bring back my other boss's orders as well as Cheren's Care just in case I need a heal at any point this Arceus up. And I'll play the Nest Ball and fail it because at this point it really doesn't matter. I could... Nah, I don't need that Bidoof. I could bring back another Bibarel, but we're good. I like where we're at. We're just going to Max Heat Burst for KO. Their tools don't mean much right now. Sadly, it's not the heavy baton, so it's not going to change anything. But it did allow me to get Heatran VMAX to full HP, which I do like to see in a deck like this. And we get our other stadium out. So if they have another stadium bump, we got our third stadium. We're good. We're all right. I could dig out a Switch. Right now, I do have game in hand, so if my opponent does not play Iono or something of the sort, I think we're okay. I don't know how they get Iron Hands set up this turn. If it was on the bench, they could go Electric Generator, and then they would have to retreat or switch their active to attack. If Generator only attaches to the bench, though, so I don't know if it's likely they could pull off a KO this turn. I think they're kind of just stuck and waiting for us to two-shot them, kind of buy time that way, but they're just going to scoop. We're 2-0, and this is insane. This deck is so much fun. It's so good, yo. Guaranteed positive record, which is all I needed, honestly. Let's hop into match number 3, though. Let's see if I can get that perfect record just one more time with Arceus V-STAR. I'll see y'all there. Welcome to match number 3. We are going second, but we have, honestly, a great hand. I got an energy to attach. I got an extra Arceus to play. I got a Nest Ball to take out. Ooh, Goldengo will be tricky. Luckily, we do have some fire types in our deck, so I guess I will be Nest Balling for a Heatran. And honestly, I'll attach my energy to my benched Arceus V, just in case they do take a KO with my active. This is gonna be a hard match. The big Oko decks are always kind of hard to go up against. Luckily, my opponent had what seems to be an awful turn 1. As much as I would love to go Nest Ball for Bidoof right now, I really do want to just get down a Heatran just so I can start evolving and attacking with this guy as soon as possible. It's the best way I could possibly deal with my opponent. For now, I'm just going to pass it back to them. I'm going to hope that those 6 cards in hand was not like a research or anything like that. They kind of got a whole bunch of energy in there, not much they could do. Hopefully no Goldengos in energy, just energy. Or, something like that. But yeah, these big Oko decks, I mean, that's kind of why Arceus fell out. There's just too many decks that could swing for, like, infinite amount of damage, like Goldengo, like Raging Bolt, stuff like that. And it's put a halt on my dog Arceus, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, they got the Goldengo EX right now. They can coin bonus, get 2 cards from the top of their deck and save for Maniac, so I'll just get Energy Search Bro. Luckily, it won't be boss's orders. We won't have to deal with that, but they will guaranteed be taking a KO this turn. They'll search for every energy they could possibly need. And that's annoying, to say the least, but I mean, there's not much I could do about it. This is the sad truth of why Arceus has fallen. Now, Heatran and Radiant Charizard could potentially bring me back from the dead, especially if they KO Arceus this turn, right? Because that's what I'm assuming they do. Wait, what did they search for? Did they not search for Energy Search Pro? Did they search for, like, Gimme Ghoul and Goldengo? That would be nuts. Maybe they're banking on me not having to KO. They're going to coin bonus 1 more. Now they're past the Safer Maniacs. So, like, once they use Safer Maniacs and then their active coin bonus, we knew they got 2 cards and they pass. Okay, wait, this is the break we need. I was going to say, we'll make it work. We're Radiant Charizard, whatever we got to do. We're fine. This is okay. We're going to switch into Arceus V-Star. I am going to Ultra Ball both of these cards away. Take out Heatran VMAX. It's not great, but whatever. I do have another Bibarel in the deck and one Bidoof, which is fine. Made note of that earlier. We're just going to take the Heatran. We're going to Star Birth for double Turbo Energy and Judge. I've done it before this video. I've done it before in my life. I'll do it again. It's one of my favorite things to Star Birth for. This combo, it works. Not Nest Ball. Oh my god. If I did that, I would cry. We're going to get some good damage done onto this Gholdengo. I'm going to Judge here, see what I got in hand, make my opponent's hand a little bit smaller. I love having the DTE, actually. That actually fixes this hand so much. So much. So we're going to Trinity Nova. Or not this hand, but like this kind of setup. I'm going to take 3 energy. I'm going to put 2 energy on... Oh my god. I swear I clicked 3 times. Okay. It's cool. It's cool. We'll make it work. We're going to throw 1 energy on Heatran. We're going to throw 1 on Arceus V-Star. I wanted to throw a 2nd energy on Heatran VMAX so that I can attach this energy. Boom, this guy gets set up. I can attach this energy to Arceus V. Boom, that guy gets set up. We can Ultra Ball away Pal Pad, top deck, Arceus V-Star. Like, I had the vision. I just didn't click my mouse enough. I got excited, and this is what I get. I get punished for it. It's unfortunate, but this is your average Ginj misplay. So if I lose this game because I was behind 1 energy manual attached setup somehow, this is why. They'll Pokegear. They'll get back their Cypher Meeting X code breaking. Now for sure they go Energy Search Pro, right? There's no way you don't, unless you prized it. Then maybe that could be why. I think, though, we'll be okay with the energy placement just because I have Ultra Ball and Double Turbo Energy in hand. I can set up another Arceus V-Star very easily. I can get all my energy attached again that way. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work. Now, Gholdengo is a little tricky. They are used to dealing with Dragapult right now, which means 280 HP, probably not the most. Probably something they could deal with. They are going to switch and go in with Cypher Maniacs now. They do have 2 metal energy in hand. We know they don't have to search that out. They did look at their prizes. So they can attack, but they're active. And if they take a KO, that's fine. I'll just go in with Heatran VMAX and I'll swing for... No, I won't because I messed it up. Nope, that actually... This is exactly where I would regret. If they get a KO here, I'm going to be very sad. Because I would have the return KO with Heatran VMAX. They can't use Pheasantipity yet. They have 4 cards in hand, so even if they have 4 energy, they will not be swinging for KO. They would be doing 200 damage, which is massive. Thank gosh. Honestly, I would be so upset if they KO'd us. No, they only had 2 energy in hand. They're going to get rid of the fighting and the metal energy and pass it back on over to us, and we get Judge. I don't really want to Judge. I don't want to give them 4. However, they will be drawing 4 cards next turn, 5 with their top deck. It's not great. I'm just going to swing. 180. That's alright. It's not worth it. It's not worth digging for more. Now I'm going to take 2 energy. Actually, we only have 2 energy left. And Radiant Charizard's prize too. That's very problematic. Oh my gosh. Okay. We have 9 fire energy in this deck. I have 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 3 fire energy prize? No. 2 fire energy prize and Radiant Charizard. This is not the match I want to see any of those 3 cards prized, to be honest, but can't win them all. Can't win them all. That being said, I can try my best. They are going to Turo up a Gholdengo. You know what? It's okay, actually. We've got fire attackers. I could get another Heatran down. That would be nuts. I don't have the energy to set it up, but I could. They're gonna coin bonus. They need an insane amount of energy. They need what, 4 energy in hand to KO my active? That's a lot, all things considered. They'll get rid of some massive cards, actually. Radiant Greninja and a Grass Energy hitting the discard pile is pretty huge. They're gonna say Pokegear, which can get them another Turo, but they did use Turo this turn, so it's not really gonna save them too much. Now there's 5 superior energy retrieval. Let's take 3 energy. Okay, yeah, they got KO. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. They'll take their 3 energy. It's like a 900% chance that they have a 4th energy in their hand. We know they have the metal energy, actually, so yeah, they could get rid of that metal energy. Man. That's bad. No. Wait. Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm not complaining. I will get rid of your Pokestop. That is one thing that you can abuse in this deck, and I don't want you to. I am going to judge my opponent because I really need a new hand. They have 3 cards. The difference between 3 and 4 cards right now is I need other things. This is other things in question. I'm not going to play the Heatran V just because I don't have the energy for it yet. I'm just going to attack, take the first KO, which is very, very important, especially if I could get down Radiant Charizard out of the prizes. There's a 1/3 chance that I get it. 33% chance, and I fail it. Okay. I mean, fair. Fair enough. Fair enough. We're kind of in a tricky spot here. I could go Boss's Orders this turn, but that doesn't really save us. They got 8 cards in hand. They can coin bonus up to 10. If I didn't play the Judge, they would have 9 cards in their hand. However, right now I do have Cheren's Care, Boss's Orders, and Heatran V, which is kind of nice. Another Stadium definitely doesn't hurt. 7 cards left, 1 more coin bonus. We know Turo is not a card in their hand. That's about all I know, though. And I can promote Heatran VMAX to the active and swing for KO since they're weak to fire. And kind of put my opponent on the back burner. Sadly, I can't Iono them or judge them to a smaller hand, which sucks. But, I mean, hey, that's kind of how it goes. You don't get Bibarel down. You kind of just left with top decks and vibes. And this is one of the decks where even without a draw engine, even without anything other than Arceus and its partner attacker in this deck, Heatran VMAX, you still have a great chance of flowing, a great chance of pulling off big KOs, putting together big turns. Again, I've said it a million times. This is just my Arceus, like, this is me fanboying over Arceus. It's just such a good card. There's so much you could do with it. Monkey Dories, interesting. I mean, I'm probably just gonna hopefully swing for Okos. I'm praying that won't matter. All they need to do is get rid of 1 energy and they're chilling, and there it is. They've got 4 energy in the discard pile. They've got 9 cards in hand at the start of their turn. They will have access to flip the script and make it rain. Gosh, it's bad. And I get Judge. Gosh. This deck is too good. This deck is too good to me. If I could take down Gholdengo, oh my gosh, my life would be complete. I get Bidoof and Bibarel, yeah, and Judge. Alright, I'm chilling. I'll swing 360. I'll take my 2 prize cards. Now there's a 50% chance I get Radiant Charizard plus an energy. Come on. Come on. Give it to me. Give it. Oh, man. Alright, we're doing without Radiant Charizard. They got no Gholdengos in play right now. However, they do have access to flip the script. They need what? They need 7 energy in their hand to KO my active. That's a lot of energy. That's actually an insane amount of energy. They've only played 1 superior energy retrieval, though. So if they do get another one of those, and they have Arven, but they might need an Arven for Ultra Ball just to get down a Gholdengo. That would make me feel better. But they do have access to flip the script, too. I'm surprised they didn't go flip the script and then Arven, just in case. They're going to go Ultra Ball and TM Evolution. Maybe they are just going to TM Evo this turn and evolve into Gholdengo. I mean, that would be kind of smart. I don't have a great means of... No, they go Gholdengo. Yeah. Okay. I was going to say, you know, TM Evo, I guess, makes sense. I can't take 2 prizes this turn no matter what I do. I don't have a boss KO on Pheasantipity as much as I wish I did. However, if Gholdengo's left in the active and they... Superior energy retrieval. Oh my god, am I going to lose because Radiant Charizard is prized? I might. I honestly might. I mean, I'm going to get Heatran down this turn. They need every card in their hand. They still have flipped the script, too. And coin bonus! Oh my god! They've got 1 energy left in the discard. 8 cards in hand. We know 4 of them are energy. They need 3 more. And they have flipped the script. They still have flipped the script. They have not used it yet. They're going to make it rain. Do they have the KO? Are 7 out of the 8 cards in their hand energy? They do not. Oh my gosh. That, my friends, is how Arceus V-STAR rolls. We don't need no draw engine. We got good vibes. Gosh, there's that Radiant Charizard. Oh my god, that was going to fix so many problems for me. If all I had to do was bench Radiant Charizard, attach an energy to it, switch into the active, and then boom, KO. I mean, that would have been awesome. Yo, I hope y'all enjoyed that. I mean, for real, this deck means the world to me. I wouldn't be here as a content creator without Arceus VSTAR. I'd be playing the game, but just like anyone else, I wouldn't be here in this space. I wouldn't have this amazing community. I mean, this hobby for me has become so much more because of this channel. Like, I look forward to playing in this community, in this space that we have together so much. And I kind of wish Arceus VSTAR, you know what? Hold up. I'm gonna take a small cut. All right, my fault. I needed to do this outro with my dog up on the screen. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where I would be in the community. Like, this hobby's awesome. I've always loved it. This deck is for real. Like, Arceus as a whole is what kind of made me the deck creator I am. This is what taught me how to build decks, because it was so versatile and it was so easy to make versatile. It taught me so many of the fundamental skills needed to learn how to make crazy decks with crazy cards. And I wouldn't have learned if it wasn't for this card honestly being such a perfect card. I don't think, when I think of like a complete card, like a perfect card for Pokemon, like a Pokemon, I don't think there's one that's better than Arceus. You can make arguments that like, oh, Charizard EX accelerates energy, it's beefy, it can set up itself, it kind of does everything. It doesn't do everything like Arceus does. Arceus sets up itself and other attackers with its attack. It does awesome damage. It has an ability to search for any two cards. It's got great HP. It's only essentially a stage 1. It's very easy to set up. It's colorless, so you can pair it with literally any other deck in terms of energy. Like, this card means a lot to me for so many different reasons, from being my first day 2 deck, from being my go-to regional deck, to being the first video that I've ever posted on this channel, to the last video that I'll post in the Sword Shield rotation. I mean, this card is there for all of my big Pokemon TCG moments, so I'm happy to share one of those with y'all, and with Arceus one more time. So thank you all so much for tuning in and making it to this point. It means the world to me. This video meant a lot to me to go out. To go out 3-0 with Arceus, that I needed that. I needed that a lot. So thank you guys for bearing witness to it and being a part of this journey, and for being a part of this YouTube journey and wherever the road takes us together. I appreciate y'all. So with that being said, as always, stay epic. Peace.